So today I'm at the seal show at Deep Sea World. This is something different to the channel, but I hope you enjoy it and get some nice information. Enjoy.
Good morning everyone and welcome to Seal Rock. My name's Liv and I'll be telling you a little bit about our seals as they are being fed. But just before the feed does begin, I want to make a very quick safety announcement. We do ask that there are no loose objects hanging over any of our railings for the safety of our seals, and that all children are either firmly on the ground or a step back from the barricades for the safety of yourselves as well as our seals. So this morning we are joined by 3 members of our zoo team. We have Jose, Ellie and Karis, so feel free to give them a wave if you would like to. And of course we do have our 4 resident harbour seals. We have our 2 younger seals, Benji and Cody. These 2 are 11 and 12 years old and they were born down in Tynemouth. However, they have been raised up here from 2015 onwards. These 2 are half-brothers and one of our older seals, Marv, is their dad. We have 2 older seals, Marv and Sophis. These 2 are both 19 years old, which may seem old for a seal. However, in well-kept zoos or aquariums, they can actually live for much longer. Now, as mentioned before, Marv is the dad to Benji and Cody, but Marv and Sophis are also half-brothers, so there is a very nice family dynamic going on here at Seal Rock. So what you're watching here today is something called positive reinforcement training. So essentially what this means is that when our seals do something good, they are rewarded with something good in return, which today is some of their fish. Now there are a few benefits in doing this. The main one being for the seals' enrichment. Seals are extremely intelligent animals, so doing this does give them a little bit of mental stimulation. But it does also mean that our seals are trained to partake in their own healthcare checks. So our seals are trained to allow our zoo team to crate them in case the vets need to take out any advanced medical procedures, weigh them, check them over for any lumps or bumps, and even brush their teeth. Now there are days where our seals don't feel up to doing this training, and whenever that does happen, they are never forced to partake. Food is never withheld from any of our animals, and they do always get their food by the end of the day. Now while our seals do look cute and friendly, it is important to remember that if you are lucky enough to spot one whilst out on your travels, to keep the recommended distance of 100 metres. It is especially important to maintain this distance if you are lucky enough to spot a seal pup out in the wild, as if you get too close you could leave your scent on the pup, meaning that the mother may abandon it in its time of need. But if you do happen to see a seal that doesn't look like it's doing too well, we would recommend calling the SSPCA or your local animal rescue, and they can send someone out who is qualified and can do whatever is in the best interest of the seal. Now seals are a member of a family known as the pinniped family, and there is another member of this family that our seals are commonly confused for, and that would be the sea lion. Now we can forgive you, as it can be a somewhat easy mistake to make, but there are some clear differences between the two that make it a little bit easier to tell them apart. So if you look at the side of our seal's heads there, you may see 2 small holes that are covered by a flap of skin. This is the seal's ear, and as you will see, it is much more internal, compared to sea lions who have much more external ears that do look a little bit like Shrek ears. Seals have much smaller flippers, being about the size of an adult hand from their fingertip to their wrist. Whereas sea lions have much larger flippers that are about the size of an adult arm from their fingertip to their elbow. And the way that they maneuver around with these flippers is also slightly different. Seals use their stomach muscles and their pelvic muscles to move around the beach in a motion known as glomping. Whereas sea lions use their much larger flippers to sort of propel themselves along the beach more like a dog would, where they can run, jump, walk and even climb. If you listen very closely, you'll see that our seals don't make very much noise at all. When they do communicate vocally, it does tend to be in a series of grunts and